Speaking your truth will cost you your comfort. Staying silent will cost you your soul. That's a code that was given to me today by a brother named Mohammed, or Mo. Synchronistically, in the time of Ramadan. And it's coming in a time where I'm feeling some strong pulls to stay silent, to listen to the voices within my body and my being, to the pains, to the tensions, to the traumas, which all question my worthiness. Which suggests that my swimming and drowning in reflections of shadow and darkness and witnessing deceit and evil in the world, in my world especially, and that being the focal point of my current existence, maybe that's too negative. Maybe it's like bad vibes. Maybe it's victimhood. Maybe I should be ashamed. But it's the truth of my perception right now. That I've come to Guatemala with a particular dream. And that dream has been shattered. Once again, momentarily. And what I'm facing is the deep, deep, deep discomfort of not only showing up myself to a land where I feel like I don't belong, but witnessing hundreds of New Age hippies, warriors of love and light, yogis, spiritual seekers, pouring what feels not like spiritual light and truth and healing and sovereignty and peace and prosperity and love, but a mask. A spiritual facade. A microcosmic embodiment of the very same hierarchical structures of extraction and survival and deceit, self-serving and out of integrity. showing up to this land as if it belonged to them, setting up shop, and forcing indigenous peoples, beings whose land this has always been, to cater and conform to their neo-technological, neo-colonial, neo-spiritual, new age standards, ideologies, expectations, ways of being. That's not to say that there are no beautiful souls here who are devoted and who are in integrity and who are truly seeking truth in a conflicting world. Hopefully myself among them. But in a realm where so many want to live in la la, love and light, and rainbows and butterflies, I, with my scorpionic eyes, witness a deep, deep shadow. And I feel it like 1,000 ghostly hands coming from the land, trying to pull into the land of the dead. I feel these hands contained within this light that these hippies are singing and dancing about. And I've been offered mirrors of the importance of discernment and boundaries and devotion to truth. To witness when someone, any human being, wherever they're from, is devoted to a true light rooted within the heart, and authenticity and truth and honesty. Or if they are consciously or unconsciously deceiving themselves, being unclear with their intentions, and thus devoting themselves to false light and pouring false light into the world. And if I'm going to be fully honest, with myself and with you, the part of me which wishes to remain silent in reference to the beautiful aphorism which was offered to me at the beginning of this video, I fear, I worry, and I wonder what parts of me might unconsciously be pouring false light into my shares, into my truth. If this is the mirror that I'm seeing, all these new age hippies, who are not acting from a place of service and devotion, but who are self-serving and dishonest with their intentions, uninterested in authentic and real connection if it doesn't have a price tag on it, an exchange of currency. To solidify the illusion of their safety in a world where they're surrounded by the poverty which they refuse to see, sheltering themselves from it. I'm not saying all of them are doing this. I'm not saying I'm doing this. I'm looking it directly in the fucking eyes. In the eyes of the others and in the eyes in the mirror. But this is the truth of what I'm experiencing right now. And I feel like I'm navigating it alone. And part of the intention of my share is to hopefully face reflections, reminders that I'm not alone in this. That there are others who are experiencing similar wars and battles, as within, so without. That there are others who truly wish to devote themselves wholly to truth and to God. And who are willing and able and in pursuit of the path, to face those parts of ourselves which are not devoted, to face those parts of ourselves which are out of integrity, to face those parts of ourselves which are deceiving ourselves and one another, and preventing the true light from shining, and from truly healing the world as within, so without. So I'm going to be sharing these truths, not as absolute truths, but as the truths of my experience, as the truths of my continuous walk and journey through the valley of the shadow of death, which apparently cannot be avoided. Particularly when I'm a triple Scorpio. Sun, Moon, and Mercury conjunct in my 9th house, the house of spirituality and religion and philosophy. And Scorpio being the voyager of the underworld. Sent there to the realms of Hades to retrieve soul fragments on his own behalf and on behalf of humanity, to heal and become the eagle and the phoenix, which he is, or she. So I'm going to be sharing. And I am on day 1 of a fruit fast. I'm only going to eat fruit. And I've been yearning for this kind of fast and purification for weeks and months and years. And I'm finally actually doing it. So I'm going to share what's alive, and I'm going to share what's dying. And I'm going to pray to speak from a place of integrity and truth, and to speak words which are aligned with the divine breaths which gave me life and give me life consistently. And I'm going to pray to speak in a way that does and brings justice to these indigenous peoples of these Guatemalan lands, but to all indigenous peoples of the earth. Whether in the Middle East or in all of the Americas, so-called, or in every single human body whose ancestral roots reach eventually into indigenous land and human bodies, hearts, living, breathing wildness, harmonious with nature, in alignment and reverence with God. I will pray, and I do pray, that my words may be truth, may be medicine, may be freedom, and may bring anyone who comes into contact with them closer to God. God being the supreme beneficent creator of our reality, absolutely loving, absolutely true, absolutely good, absolutely eternal, and absolutely omnipotent, all-powerful. That no false gods even try to infiltrate my words, my breaths, my body, my being, my world. And that any who do be melted away and dissolved and destroyed by the true God, which stands high above them. Within this context, speaking my truths is deeply uncomfortable. But as the being that I am, a being of voice and of language and of heart and of passion and of devotion, staying silent would in fact cost me my soul. And I've allowed that to happen for too long. So I will speak, and I will share, and I will give the full spectrum of it all, and be witnessed in it. And may that witnessing bring the healing of infinite awareness with it. So, thank you for seeing me, for listening, and I'll have more to say. Thank you.